So I'm making this off-topic video just because really this is just something that's been lingering in my head for like a while now, but I haven't really addressed it on a more public concern. But it's the issue of being regarded as a stereotype, being profiled as more or less a stereotypical person for your age or your demographic. And it's the thing that really pisses me off because I know I'm better than that. And I know that I am not that stereotypical person that people may think I am just because they look at me or just because I am a certain age. And it pisses me off when I get categorized with the same people who do that stereotypical stuff, you know? Let's talk about a person my age, like the teenagers, alright? Now, admittedly, I'm 19 and a half years old, almost. I'm going to be out of that whole teenage phase, but it's something that, I think something that you have to live with throughout your whole teenage career is the fact that being regarded as this sort of evil little spoiled, rotten kid who you really aren't. And I'm talking about people like a stereotype. Okay, a stereotypical teenager. Let me tell you what that is. Let me put the definition out there, all right? A stereotypical teenager for people is someone who doesn't care, is people who use like profanity for language, people who just like to they don't try, they're not organized, they cuss at every they basically cuss at every situation and scenario that they're involved in for really no apparent reason. They use really weird and stupid slurs and stuff like YOLO. Like, what the fuck? I mean, YOLO? Really? And it's the people that just generally have this negative outlook on everything and everyone. You know, they're like, oh, what's up, I'm just gonna... And people who also dress a certain way. I'm talking like people who wear their pants down, halfway down their ass, and have like this big shirt that doesn't fit them, and have like jewelry and all this crap on them. It's like, and the worst part is I'm not saying to people who do dress like that's a bad thing. That's your style and that's your personality, and you're free to express that if you wish. But the problem, it becomes a problem when I'm basically characterized as someone like you, who may not be into that stuff, who may not dress that way, who may not act that way, or say those kind of things. It's why am I being categorized within the same category as you when we're both completely two different people? And it just really pisses me off. It's not a big deal, but I went to get my car brakes fixed. All right, they're making some noise, and I had to go get new rotors replaced and stuff like that. So $350 out of my pocket. And as I'm getting my car and I'm paying the mechanic and everything, he's saying he's literally right down. He's like, all right, now don't be racing down the freeway at 100 miles per hour, right? He said something like that. And in LA, it's kind of a joke because Los Angeles is the most heaviest traffic city in the world. All right, that's based on a statistic. I believe a few years ago I read an article about that. But LA has the heaviest amount of traffic in the world, which may come as a surprise to a lot of people. So you'd be lucky to go anything above 80 on the freeway, anything above 80, because it's just jam-packed all the time. Now, obviously, it depends on a certain type of day and whatnot, but if for you to like really try and speed, it's a challenge, all right? It's a real challenge to try and get pulled over for going really fast, just because traffic is so heavy. It's like rush hour is like from 4 all the way to like 7 o'clock, all right? That's like rush hour traffic, where it's like just bumper to bumper on the freeway. It's awful. I live in a suburban area. That being said, things aren't as hectic, but there is still lots of traffic, especially with the schools around, the public schools around my house, which of course have people parking everywhere and holding up lines and stuff. But regardless, that kind of, it annoyed me a little bit because I'm not the type of person who speeds at all. Like, the most I go is like 10 miles over the suggested speed limit, alright? Now, what obviously, the speed limit is there. It's the law. You should go the speed limit and not exceed the speed limit. The actual real life scenario of that would be the safest option for you is to go at the normal rate of traffic. All right, if it's a 50-mile-per-hour speed limit and everyone's going like 60, 65, go 60 and 65 because this is going to sound stupid, but everyone's doing it and you're going at the normal rate of traffic, which actually is kind of safer than you going slower. Then you have people who just speed up and bam, they can re-rend you and stuff like that. You could actually cause some problems for yourself. You going slower than the normal rate of traffic. I'm talking like a significantly slower speed, not like a 5 or 10 mile per hour difference, but a significantly lower speed where it's noticeable enough. You're actually put yourself in a little bit more danger. So if you go at the rate that everyone else is pretty much going or around there, then you don't have a problem. But it's just that it's the fact that okay, all teenagers speed, they all run red lights and stop signs, and they all brake at the last minute, and that's just not me. Like I said, I go at the most 10 miles over the speed limit. I try to go to normal rate of traffic. If someone is slower than the rate that I'm going and he's in front of me and I have to slow down, I slow down to a point until it just becomes quite frankly annoying when it's like significantly slower and everyone's just passing by me. Then fine, I'll get over it. But if I have to slow down like 5 miles per hour, then screw it. I'll just slow down 5 miles per hour. I'm not one to challenge everyone on the road to change it to a different lane, speed up, and then cut the guy off because he's going 5 miles per hour slower than I am. And it's annoying because the typical teenage, like my best friends, for instance, they do speed. They do speed. I've been driving for a year and a half. All right, year and a half now. I have not gotten into any accident whatsoever. All right, I've not gotten into a single accident whatsoever. One that I caused or one that was just an accident that I was involved in. I've never got into an accident. My best friends have gotten into 3. I think one of them has gotten into 3. All right. My stepbrother's been driving about maybe 2.5 years, I would say. Maybe even 3. All right, he's gotten in, I would say, this year alone about 4. All right, and it's because people look at the general teenager as the person who speeds, who doesn't obey the law, who just wants to just pushes everyone out of the way because they think they're the king of the road or whatever. And I just hate it when I'm profiled as that same person and I'm really not. That's just what annoys me. Sure, I play video games. People think the stereotypical gamer. Alright, let's talk about that. The stereotypical gamer is a person who sits on their ass, who's extremely overweight, and has a big headset, lives in their parents' basements, or is probably, mid to late 20s, maybe even lower 30s, who lives with their parents still. And I'm not saying, first of all, I just want to say, I'm not insulting anyone, all right? I'm talking about the stereotypical person. And I'm talking about people who aren't that stereotypical person being regarded as the same type of person who they're not really. And that's the issue here. The issue is not how old you are and where you live and stuff like that. That's not the issue at all. You gotta do what you gotta do. And if you're fine where you are and everyone's fine, then that's fine. That's your situation. But it becomes a problem when I'm more or less compared to you because I may have a completely different outlook and mindset than you do, and we should be regarded as 2 different people, not the same thing. So with that sort of stereotypical gamer, it's a person who sits there and just plays video games for 12 hours a day, let's just say, and people. I mean, they get regarded as that. People who write on this stupid chat log, fuck you, you just killed me, or whatever, something stupid like that. Who just like to get on their headsets and cause problems and troll people or whatever. And it's just so annoying because I play video games, but I play it for a completely different reason than other people do. Some people play it for the competitive aspect. My best friends do that. They play it for the competitive aspect. If a game doesn't have multiplayer, then they're not going to buy it because that multiplayer is the most important aspect of the game for them. It's about that competitiveness and playing with other people, and that's fine. And that's the type of gamers that they are, and that's what they enjoy, and they're more than welcome to enjoy that. And then I'm the type of person who plays for the single player experience, who wants to sit there and get emotionally involved in the story, wants to learn more about the characters, who wants to take his time and wants to be fed a very interesting, motivating, and character-driven storyline that I just love from beginning to end. One that's going to make my heart pound when things start heating up, one that's going to make me cry when things get really sad, and one that's going to make me cheer on for the characters when something great happens. That's the type of experience that I want from a game, and that's why I play games. And that's also one of the main reasons I only review the campaign portion of games. A lot of people may not know that, but yeah, I don't consider the multiplayer really a reviewable part of a game because your experience with your multiplayer can vary depending on who you're playing and your connection. If you have a shitty connection and you're playing with people who just camp all the time, you're probably not going to like the multiplayer. It may be good. It may be a nice multiplayer, maybe with great features and stuff like that, but now your review is based on your personal experience with other people who maybe try and piss you off intentionally or whatever. And that's just, that I don't find that I don't find that, you know, a reason to review a multiplayer because it's based off of your personal experience with other players, and that can vary a million to one depending if someone plays to win, if someone just plays to, you know, cooperate with friends, or if someone plays just to troll people. You can end up having a completely varied experience. For example, the Battlefield 4 beta, just last night, I'm playing there, and we're on top of the skyscraper, and some random guy in my squad, you know, he sees me. He's like, "Hey, Industrial, do you have an RPG?" I don't have it. I have my, you know, my webcam connected, so I could talk to him, but I don't know the button to. I had the push to talk setting on. I don't know which button to press, but I was like, "Yes." I bring out my RPG. He's like, "All right." He takes his binoculars, lasers the oncoming chopper, and I shoot the rocket and blow up the chopper. And that moment just made me smile because I didn't have any form of communication with the guy, but he sat there, he looked at me, he said, "All right, this guy's an engineer, he has an RPG." He brought out his binoculars, he lased the chopper, and I was able to lock my RPG onto the guy, shoot him, blow up the chopper, and the players inside of it. And that was such an amazing experience to be able to take part of that. And that type of multiplayer game for me is so hard to find because 95% of the time, when I'm playing multiplayer, I'm playing by myself. I don't play with my friends. I don't play with my fans, namely because I get the games that they don't have yet, or they only play certain games. Like my best friends only play the first-person shooters, Call of Duties, and Battlefields. Most of them don't play on PS3 at all. They have a PS3, they don't use it. So most of the time, I'm just playing by myself. So that being said, you know, for me to be able to be involved in that sort of a scenario where the guy just out of nowhere just turned his headset on and say, "Hey, do you have an RPG?" Bring it out, and I shoot and I kill the chopper. I wish I got that on camera because that was like one of the best moments like in recent memory for me playing games. Just the feeling I had after cooperatively working with a team member who I didn't even know. I never met the guy before. He just popped on his mic and just started talking to me, and boom, and then we stuck together as a squad throughout the whole game, and we turned out winning that game by a lot. It was such a successful and awesome match, and I wish I could have experienced something like that again, you know, hopefully soon. But this is just the issue, right? I want to get everyone's opinion on this. When you're regarded as a stereotype, what's your personal opinion? Are you the stereotypical person? And it can be not just a stereotypical gamer, but a stereotypical teenager for your age, whatever it is. You know, we live in a world where everyone just labels you as something. All right, you can't try to be your own person without being labeled or called something, because everyone just feels the need to immediately start pointing fingers and profiling and saying nasty stuff about you. You can't. It's unfortunate, but that's just the world that we live in. We live in a world where you're immediately profiled and immediately judged as a person before you even make a move. and it's just unfortunate, but it's just stuff that we have to deal with. It's part of this human race culture that we all have. So let me know, everyone, please. I want to know if. Tell me, are you the stereotypical person for your age? Do you do stereotypical things? Like stereotypical teenager as a person, let's say another scenario where a person who goes to bed at 3 or 4 in the morning and then has to wake up at 6 or 7 to go to school the next day. Who isn't responsible enough to put himself to bed at a decent hour so that he can, get a good night's sleep and wake up. Who, stuff like that. Just stuff like that people just look at and say stereotypical person or whatever. So let me know if you are this person or if you do these things. It's okay if you do some of these things, all right? And it's okay if you do all of them. That's not the point. The point is to get some involved, is to figure out who you really are, all right? What makes you unique? Because let me tell you, more so than just a stereotype is just a way for people to immediately tell who you are. But once everyone is unique in their own way, once you finally delve into someone and create a relationship with someone and whoever it may be, a friend, a family member, or even a romantic partner, whoever it may be, if you once you really start to learn about that person is completely unique to you, and she may be completely unique to the whole, or he or she may be completely unique to the whole world, and you got to think of it that way. We're all unique, all right. As yes, we all have hopefully 10 fingers, and but we're all unique in our own way in the fact that we have our own unique DNA strand, and which makes us who we are. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. Have a great day, and I just want to make this vlog for really just to talk about it, just because it's just been on my mind, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. I'm also feeling a lot better. Still kind of sick, but I'm also feeling a lot better, so that's good. All right, have a good day, guys. Bye.